Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're digging into something seriously cool. We are deconstructing a fascinating mega prompt blueprint. And honestly, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill AI query. It's a highly detailed, incredibly complex architectural schematic designed to generate a premium, hour-long cybersecurity masterclass specifically focused on information gathering. So, we're going to look at exactly how you engineer a curriculum that works perfectly for both absolute beginners and seasoned pros alike. Let's get right into it. Right off the bat, this blueprint sets a completely uncompromising tone. It commands the AI to adopt a highly specific, authoritative identity. You are a senior cybersecurity engineer, ethical hacker. By putting that commanding instruction right at the very top, it essentially guarantees that the resulting lesson is going to be delivered from a position of unshakable industry weight. You're not just learning from a textbook, you're learning from a master. And it doesn't just stop at a fancy title. The prompt requires exactly 20 years of hardcore experience. 20 years! That's a massive detail to include. It forces the generated content to skip all those surface-level Wikipedia-style definitions and instead draw upon deep, battle-tested wisdom. I mean, think about it. 20 years in cybersecurity means this persona has literally lived through the evolution of information gathering, from the Wild West early days of the internet all the way to today's highly sophisticated reconnaissance techniques. To keep from getting totally overwhelmed by the sheer volume of this prompt, we're going to break its architecture down into 4 logical pillars. 1, the master hacker persona. 2, core theory and practice. 3, the cyber career roadmap. And 4, future scope and AI. All right, kicking things off with pillar number 1, the master hacker persona. It is honestly kind of wild when you look at the incredible breadth of highly specialized hats this single persona is required to juggle. Alongside being a senior engineer, the prompt mandates the perspectives of a SOC analyst, a penetration tester, a forensics expert, a cloud architect, a malware analyst, and an instructor. Finding a real human with all of these overlapping skills is practically impossible, but the prompt demands this 360-degree, totally omniscient view of information gathering.
Moving right along to our second pillar, core theory and practice.
Now, this is really where the rubber meets the road. The blueprint demands a rigorous balance of foundational theory and immediate practical execution. It explicitly pairs complete theory right alongside a practical demonstration and a live lab. So you aren't just sitting there being told what information gathering is, you are being shown exactly how to execute it in real time. It's a brilliant setup because it ensures that the why is instantly reinforced by the how. But here's the real kicker. It has to be explained in plain, simple English. We're talking visual explanations, text-based diagrams, and relatable real-world examples. This creates an incredibly unique challenge, balancing 20 years of hardened technical expertise with an explain-like-I'm-5 teaching style. By forcing the inclusion of industry best practices, common mistakes, and actionable security tips, the script elevates itself from just a basic how-to guide into a genuine mentor-led experience. Okay, let's pivot over to pillar number 3, the cyber career roadmap. And this part is absolutely crucial if you're looking to level up. The blueprint requires the curriculum to map specifically to an alphabet soup of major industry certifications. The lesson actually has to connect its concepts directly to both defensive and offensive benchmarks, like the CEH, Security Plus, PNPT, OSCP, and CISSP. What this does is guarantee that the student's time is actively contributing toward earning highly respected, real-world market credentials. And it goes way beyond just passing a test, right? Because the framework actively anticipates the learner's actual end goal, getting hired. It forces the inclusion of a professional workflow, client project examples, salary data, and even a freelancer perspective. It's literally embedding vital, real-world professional context directly into the technical lesson, so you are completely ready for the job market. And that brings us to our 4th and final pillar, future scope and AI. Because tech moves at lightning speed, this 30 to 60-minute curriculum has to remain hyper-relevant. So it dedicates time specifically to AI tools and the absolute latest cyber attacks. It's just not enough to teach 20-year-old basics anymore. Exploring this future scope ensures that learners are prepared not just for today's landscape, but for the automated AI-driven threat environments of tomorrow. Now, you might think the lesson just fades to black here, but no way. To wrap up this massive masterclass, the architecture outlines an exhaustive, rapid-fire list of deliverables, a formal summary, cited references, and a really rigorous series of assessments to completely lock in all that knowledge. We are talking about an absolute gauntlet here, a comprehensive quiz consisting of exactly 20 questions. It's specifically designed to thoroughly interrogate the learner's grasp of every single thing we just covered, from the basic foundational theory all the way up to those advanced AI tools.
And right after that quiz, the student's journey has to progress through escalating stages of practical application. It starts out with standard homework, scales up to a mini project, and then finally culminates in a full project. This stepped approach is so smart because it guarantees the learner shifts from just passively listening to actively solving complex problems. Looking back at the immense scale and detail of this educational architecture, it's pretty amazing to see how a simple text prompt can construct a 20-year veteran persona, map everything to top industry certifications, and test learners with escalating real-world projects. When a single hour on information gathering is engineered with this level of relentless depth, it really leaves us with one final, provocative question. Are you ready for day 9?